Sup everyone, XQW YLOW8280 here, and today we're racing at Interlagos for one of the manufacturer races. In P1 we have Marchu Ale, and we're starting this race in P2, so very good qualifying. And in P3 we have another Alpha. So it was a good day to have an Alpha car, it seems like. As we're just running out the field here, so seems like not a lot of familiar names in this race. So let's hope we can maintain second position through the first couple of corners. So luckily we have another Alpha behind us, so we don't have a lot of top speed in this car. So let's hope we can keep our position for a couple of corners. So getting this race on the way, we decided to start on the normal compound tire. All three of them had to be used, so we decided to go onto the normal compound because we could see right before the race that the pole sitter was going to use the normal compound, so I decided to go with that one as well. Because if my first thought was to go into the soft tire, but it would be very risky if once you get stuck behind the car in front. So normal compound would be the more safer option then. So right into the slipstream of Marchu Ale. Also worth mentioning is that this race is a fuel safe race. But I don't really like to fuel safe, so we're just going to try and push as hard as we can to gain some track position and hopefully gain that time on track rather than into the pit stop. So crucial to stay right behind the Spaniard so that we can hopefully overtake him. But we just make a side mistake and that just costs us a lot of time. So yeah, we just have to stay as close to him as we can. Jaguar has a top speed advantage compared to the Alpha. So you can see the Dodge there diving to the inside and just punting us off wide. So yeah, that was not the best of moves. Bit of a bump and run, I would say. So that's quite frustrating to lose a position like that. Luckily the Alpha behind us didn't capitalize on the bump we got. So yeah, very frustrating because we were pushing as well. Now we have lost the position because nothing we could do really, just aggressive driving by the Dutch behind us. So yeah, we just have to make sure that we can stick with these guys. And hopefully, yeah, I think we will have a tire advantage later in the race because the Alpha is not so demanding on its tires. So let's hope we have an advantage within a few laps. Tire wear was also quite high in this race. Looks like the Dutch is pushing for first position and we have the Alpha right behind us as well. But we managed to cover it off and still keep our third position. Could also be a possibility that the Alpha behind us is just saving fuel. That would also be a very clever strategy. So you can see the Dutch going for a move on the Spaniard. And up to first position he goes. So that's a better move as he did on us, I would say. So let's try to gain some time onto the cars in front. Very crucial now to get into the slipstream and don't let them run away too far. It's like we really can gain some time in these corners here. So yeah, right behind the rear bumper of Marchu Ale. So we just managed to bring us back into the fight. And let's just try to push for maybe gain some positions. But yeah, it won't be easy with this Alpha car. Maybe if the others save some fuel, it's a possibility. So it seems like we're all staying together here. Yeah, Alpha seems to have dropped away a little bit. Really think he's saving fuel at the moment. Yeah, quite a good track I would say, the Alpha for this Interlagos track. So we're right behind the Spaniard right now. Can we make a move somewhere? Yeah, that's very risky into this corner. So we're just going to take the benefit. Let's try around the outside, but it will be also very difficult. Can we cut back to the inside? But yeah, that move would cost both of us too much time through this corner, because we need a good exit out of this corner to gain some top speed onto the long straight. So you can just see the Spaniard in front of us, just struggling on his tires. Yeah, the Jaguar not too kind on its tires, so quite logic. So we'll try to go through the outside. Can we hold it? So braking a little bit later and trying to go around the outside. Can we do it? Well, just you got the corner a bit short, but luckily it seems like we don't have a penalty. That would have really broken our race if we got penalized here. So let's try to defend the inside. Let's hope the Spaniard doesn't come back along of us, because side bump we get there, but no major problem. Yeah, because we really need that position to hopefully gain that time back towards Vladimir in front of us. So yeah, I managed to cover the Spaniard up, so let's hope we can close the gap up right now. So we just need some good corners right now. Slight mistake by the Dutch. Can we just get into the slipstream? I think we just did. But yeah, we're absolutely not thinking about fuel saving right now, just pushing. So into the slipstream we go, and onto lap 6. Can we make a move somewhere on the Russian, I think? So once again into the slipstream. Can we maybe make a move at the end of this straight? As he defends the inside. Can we go around the outside? Just not going to work, I think. But let's try to cut back. Yeah, just not enough speed onto the exit of the corner. So just have to stay behind for now. Yeah, we're not going to dive there either. As he defend the inside a little bit there, so... But yeah, very risky to dive in these kind of corners. That will almost always result in a crash. So right behind the Russian right now. Seems like everything is bunched up behind us as well. And right into the slipstream. Can we pull out to the outside here? Can we make it stick? So we'll try to break it a little bit later, and seems like we just managed to do it. Keeping our foot down. Can we get the inside of the corner? No, we just have to leave him a bit of room. So that just cost us a little bit of time. But let's get another shot at this at the end of this straight. So trying to go to the outside once again. Braking quite late again, and yeah, seems like we're just going to manage to do it right now. But can we hold on to the next corner? Still side by side, but we have the inside right now. So looks like we managed to do it. Up to first position we go. So yeah, that was a very important move for our race here. So yeah, we have also burned a lot of fuel already in this race. So it would be also a possibility that the others are saving fuel. We don't know at the moment. And we have the Alpha of Firepin right behind us. So that makes an Alpha 1-2. Will he go for a move? Seems like he just decides to stay behind us. Quite surprised by that. I thought he would make a move, but yeah, seems like he's happy to stay behind us at this point of the race. Our tires really starting to struggle right now. So yeah, let's split at the end of this lap because we can really feel the tire wear kicking in right now. So we're going to go onto the softs once we get into the pits. So we hopefully can maintain our track position in the lead. So we have clean air hopefully, and then we can just pull out a gap. So we just make a mistake and sliding, and we get a slight bump by Firepin. So luckily it didn't spin us around. That could have easily been race done there. So luckily that wasn't the case. Into the pits we go, but seems like Firepin has stayed out. So takes a long time to get into the pits. And here we are. Soft tires it is. Also a bit of refueling. To 71 liters, that should be enough for the next 8 laps I think. So yeah, you don't want to pick up more fuel as you need, because that's just extra weight added. So where are we gonna come out? Hopefully in front of that group. Yeah, it seems like we just managed to do it. Into P7. Yeah, very difficult to know exactly where you are in this race once the pit stops are playing out. All you know is that you just need one more pit stop, but you're not sure what the others are doing. But seems like Marshu Ale, who has pitted 1 lap earlier than us, is in front of us. So I think they have, they had fresher tires, and they also have saved a bit of more fuel than us, I think. So that has gained them some time gain into the pit stops. But the advantage for us is that we can just push right now and we don't have to worry about any fuel. Also fire pitted into the pits, he was also onto the medium compounded tires. So can we get in front of him? He was right behind us before the pit stop, so it will be very interesting to see where he will end up. And there he is, right in front of us, so he seems like he has also saved a lot of fuel because he was right behind us before the pit stops and he had older tires for 1 more lap, so yeah, he's probably saved a lot of fuel. So large group in front of us, let's try to catch him as quickly as possible. Yeah, soft tires right now for us, so it wouldn't be a big issue to catch him, I hope. Already a lot of time gained in this lap. 2 more people come into the pits. On hard tires they were, it seems like. So it seems like we're back up to 5th position. That's already a more decent position than earlier in the race. Or then 1 lap ago. So it seems like we're quickly catching cars in front. Yeah, don't really like to save a lot of fuel in races. Just like to push and bell throughout the race. A lot more fun in my opinion than just saving fuel. Also not very good at it, so... But yeah, mostly if I'm at the back of the grid I would save more fuel than at the front, because once you're at the front you just want to run away as far as possible to just gain a gap on the cars around you. So you definitely like some clean air once you're in front of the race. So we almost ran to the back of a fire pin. We're quite surprised by how early he braked. So you can see the spare defending, but firepin not going for a move. As he goes to the inside right now, side by side they go. And we're going to try and follow firepin around here. We just get a side push and we side around and back to the outside we go, but can't manage to make it stick side by side. And brake a bit later and try to go around the outside, and it seems like we managed to make it stick, so up to P4 we go. So it seems like the Jaguar struggled in his tires. Let's try to get to P2 right now. So So yeah, we're back into the race after our slower pit stop. Managed to pull away a gap towards the Spaniard right now. So now it's time to also save a bit of fuel for me behind fire pinning. So let's try to stay in the slipstream and save a little bit of fuel. Maybe that will give us an advantage later in the race. Surprised by how early he braked there, almost into the back of him. So it seems like we're coming a bit closer to Ryu in front of us. So yeah, so it's probably the first time in this race that we're actually saving some fuel. So we hope to get these tires towards lap 16 and make a pit stop at the end of lap 16 and hopefully 4 laps onto hard tires. Yeah, you just don't want to drive too long onto hard tires because they're quite a bit slower. And also the pit exit quite long, so you don't want to make an extra stop at this track. So you can see Firepinner going to the pits very early. Quite surprised by that, seems like he was onto the hard compounded tire. So really not what we expected. Because you're still quite fast on these hard compounded tires. And we're onto the softs and we could follow him, but yeah, seems quite fast because yeah, we were quite surprised that he was that fast. So on to P2. Let's try and close the gap up towards Ryu in front of us. So now we're done with fuel saving and let's try to push to gain some time into the Jaguar in front of us. So it seems like we'll definitely be racing Firepin in this race. So very crucial right now to get as much time as we can out of these soft tires still. Ryu coming into the pits. And he was onto the medium compound tires. So yeah, if we still want to win the race, I think we'll have to get track position from Firepin. So into the lead right now. Let's try to push for 2 more laps before we go into the pit. So let's go a bit forward into the video and on to lap 16. So time for our pit stop right now. And as you can see on the minimap, we have quite a gap towards the Swedish guy, Firepin. In we go for our hard compounded tires. So I can just see on the bottom left how much our soft tires has suffered already, but yeah, we're also pushing as well. So let's hope this pit stop will be quite quick. 30 liters of fuel and off we go. So where are we going to come out? So you can just see behind us Firepin. Will we rejoin before him? Long pit entry in this. And where will we come out? There he goes, but he has a penalty. Can we still overtake him? And also the other Dutch comes trying to go for a move, but let's try to defend the inside and we still managed to make it stick, so also the penalty didn't seem enough for us to catch up with Firepinnen. Will Widow make a move behind us? Seems like we just managed to stay in second. So now the question is, will these fresh hard tires will be better than 3 laps old soft tires? Let's see what this race will still bring. Firepinnen was quite fast on these hard tires, so let's try to do everything we can to hopefully still be able to challenge him. So we can't let the gap grow any bigger right now. Already managed to gap Widow. It seems like the gap has grown a little bit towards Firepinnen. So yeah, it will be very difficult to catch her onto these soft tires, I think. But let's not give up, there are a lot of factors to play out in this race. Fuel is also a major, can also be a major factor in this race. So maybe you would still have to save some fuel, you never know. So yeah, we're definitely not going to give up for the win, but yeah, it seems like the gap's only growing. So yeah, our tactic of pushing in the beginning of the race didn't really seem to really pay off, but yeah. Also paid off a little bit because we're still in P2, so that's not something to complain about. But yeah, still a fun race after all. A lot of overtakes and action in this one, so yeah, that's just what I like to do most, just battling with the cars around you. I'm still not in a bad position to finish on in P2, I think, so but really happy to bring this P2 home. And it seems like also a very good job done by Firepinnen to get into first position. So I think he really won this race by fuel saving especially. Seems like we're just gaining a little bit of time back again, I think. Yeah, it's already the penultimate lap, so we really will need a miracle to still win this race. So onto the almost onto the final lap, so unless there's a miracle happening, we're not going to win this race. And Firepinnen just disappeared, and into the lead we go. So yeah, very surprising. So yeah, all of a sudden we're into the lead. So he just disappeared. So abducted by aliens he was, Firepinnen. But I actually contacted him after the race, and he said he got disconnected, so that's very frustrating for him to get disconnected in the final lap of the race, and especially if you're going to win that race, so that's very, very harsh for him. So yeah, still going to win the race, it seems like. Extraordinary result after what happened. So yeah, very happy with that. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.